Hello to you all. Welcome to the second informative session of your Dr. HM. Before we dive deep into knowing how to manage and control diabetes, it is very critical to understand the very early symptoms that indicate that our bodies are experiencing an abnormal sugar overload. This video is therefore going to provide you the must-know warning signs that indicate that diabetes is kicking in. Specifically, this video will cover the basics of what diabetes is, why it's challenging to know you have diabetes early on, and the must-know signs that you need to be aware of to take control of high sugar levels in your body before complications of diabetes kick in. As a reminder, it does not matter which part of the world you reside from, your Dr. HM is blessed to providing you research-based essential health and wellness information, tools and resources to facilitate awareness creation, knowledge building, and achieve growth as you strive to realize your goals of healthy living. It is critical to us at your Dr. HM that for one to understand how to achieve and maintain good health and wellness, it is vital for you to appreciate the disease processes and the agents that cause ill health, ill feelings, and disability. This video, which is part of one of the many more top health tip series to come, will provide you with the very basics of detecting early that diabetes is starting to take its toll on your body systems. It is, however, very important to note that the symptoms presented here are research-based and they do not distinguish between whether one is pre-diabetic or has got gestational diabetes, which is diabetes in pregnancy, or has type 1 or type 2 diabetes. These signs, however, usually do point towards abnormally high sugar levels within your body. If you're new to this channel, remember to hit out that like button, the notifications button, and also subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on the forthcoming informative and extremely knowledgeable sessions every time your Dr. HM comes online. Make sure you widely share this channel to colleagues, friends, and family so that we help them grow their knowledge base and help them take charge of their health and wellness to ultimately achieve the highest level of well-being globally. So let's dive into it. So part one of the Understanding My Sugar Levels series is going to highlight the must-know warning signs of diabetes. And what is diabetes? Diabetes is a condition where the body fails to control the sugar levels, usually arising from problems with either insulin production or utilization of insulin in the body. And insulin is the hormone that is secreted by an organ called the pancreas. So therefore, diabetes will occur when either your body doesn't produce insulin at all, which usually points towards type 1 diabetes, or when the body produces little insulin that is not enough to control the sugar levels, usually that points towards type 2 diabetes, or when the body does not respond to insulin appropriately, a condition that is referred to as insulin resistance. So let's look at the types of diabetes. First is pre-diabetes, which is usually a phase in the whole chain of diabetes where the sugar levels are not really high enough to be classified or diagnosed as pure diabetes. Such people sometimes do not have any symptoms, and this condition usually precedes or comes before type 2 diabetes, especially in individuals that have not received treatment for more than 5 years. It's also very important to note that some of the diabetes complications will begin during this phase of pre-diabetes. The second is type 2 diabetes, which is the most common form of diabetes that usually starts or has got an onset in adulthood, especially in individuals who are overweight and are above 40 years of age. Type 2 diabetes is mainly classified or characterized by either low insulin or the body resisting insulin action, a condition called insulin resistance. However, to note here is the fact that type 2 diabetes has started to appear amongst children because of the rise in obesity in young people. Third is type 1 diabetes, which usually occurs in younger people who are less than 20 years of age, characterized by total lack or failure to produce insulin at all, and such individuals are dependent on insulin to survive in life. The last type of diabetes is gestational diabetes, which is usually triggered off by pregnancy and occurs in pregnant women who are usually more than 25 years of age, and it is usually characterized by overweight before pregnancy and a history of diabetes running within the family. Now, why is it challenging to suspect diabetes? First and foremost, warning signs can be so mild for someone to notice that they actually have diabetes, especially for type 2 diabetes, let alone type 1, which is more acute and the severe form of diabetes. In addition to that is that the fact that blood sugar levels tend to rise very slowly over a long period of time. And so this may result in some people taking notice only when diabetic complications kick in. This now brings us to the gist of this session. Without distinguishing between the two most common forms of diabetes, type 1 and type 2, which is a topic of another day, these are some of the early signs and symptoms that may point towards abnormally high sugar levels in your body. We will also highlight the basic reasons behind the why and how such warning signs manifest. Now, the first cardinal symptom and sign is when you notice that you visit the bathroom more than usual, and this involves peeing several times within a 24-hour period of more than 7. Now, this usually happens at night, and because of the raised blood sugar levels within your body, this forces the kidneys to increase urine production, and thus it will cause you to pee more than often. Now, the second warning sign is when you experience excessive thirst or you notice that you're drinking more. Now, remember that because of the raised blood sugar levels within your body that force the kidney to increase the production of urine, coupled with a peeing a lot, will result in the increased loss of water from your body. And this will cause you to experience dehydration. And because your body is becoming dehydrated, you'll feel more thirsty, and resultantly, you'll drink more than usual. Now, the third warning sign is when you experience pale dry lips and or an itchy skin. Now, the most plausible reason behind this is that when there's an increased loss of water from your body, which is arising from an excessive production of urine from your kidneys, coupled with peeing a lot caused by the raised blood sugar levels, will result in a reduced availability of moisture for the skin and your body tissues. And this will result in an increased dehydration state of the body tissues, which will manifest in form of pale lips or your mouth feeling dry, and also experiencing a dry skin, which is often itchy. Warning sign number 4 is when you start feeling more fatigued or when you start feeling more tired, even when you do not expect so. And how does this happen? Now, in normal circumstances, your body converts the food that you ingest into glucose, and the body cells will need this glucose for energy to make you move. And because the cells need insulin hormone to uptake the glucose, in the diabetic state, you experience low levels of insulin or lack of insulin, or a condition called insulin resistance, when your body cells become inactive or become less sensitive towards insulin. And this results into reduced availability of glucose for the cells to generate the energy that is required to make you move. And resultantly, you start feeling more tired or fatigued, even in circumstances where you do not expect to be tired or fatigued. Now, the fifth warning sign is when you start experiencing and feeling more hungry than usual. This comes about because in a diabetic state, because of the low levels or lack of insulin, or the condition called insulin resistance, the body cells will not have the available glucose to generate the energy that is required by the body cells to function normally. And this makes your body look for more energy, which will result in the manifestation of persistent hunger as a symptom that will cause you to eat more and more often than usual. The sixth warning sign is when your eyesight starts getting worse, especially eyesight that is not age dependent. Now, because of the high sugar levels that damage small blood vessels of key organs of the body, including the eye, there will be reduced blood circulation to the eye tissues, resulting in a lack of oxygen and nutrients for the eye tissues to maintain your normal eyesight. And because of the damage to the lens and the eye tissues, this will result in the manifestation of blurring of vision, and ultimately in the long term, permanent vision loss because of the sustained blood sugar levels, especially when diabetes is not checked early on. The last but not least warning sign is when you start experiencing more frequent urine infections or yeast infections. The most plausible reason behind this is high levels of sugar in the blood will start causing the kidneys to fail containing it within the body, resulting in sugar ending up in the urine. Now, the urine, together with the oxygen and the body warmth warmth and the moisture environment will create a good culture medium for microorganisms that cause infection, resulting in your body breeding more urinary infections and yeast infections, especially in women. Now, it is critical and very important to note that experiencing one or usually a combination of these warning signs may call for urgent action to have your sugar levels screened. This therefore crowns the end of this presentation of the warning signs that you must know that indicate that diabetes is kicking in. Hope you liked and enjoyed this presentation. Watch out for the next video that is going to cover top healthy tips, understanding the causes of ear, nose and throat allergies. Feel free to send through comments, and we are also very much interested to know more about the health and wellness areas or topics of your interest. Your Dr. HM is intended to be more demand driven, but also comprehensive enough to nurture you from the all needed basics to the advanced levels of building your knowledge so that you achieve the ultimate goal of attaining the highest level of wholeness and well-being. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit out that like button, the notifications button, and also subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss out on the forthcoming informative and extremely knowledgeable sessions every time your Dr. HM comes online. See you all in the next video session. Ciao and bye for now.